Flex PXE80. PXE, more like a piece of crap. Or whatever the heck this thing is called. Come on, Flex, make these machines easier to talk about. And remember, it's a cordless mini polisher. Hey, we were ready to throw this thing in the trash. I'm not kidding. We spent the money on this thing and we thought it was the worst piece of crap that we had ever used. I was seeing so many awesome reviews on it. Why was it so difficult? So I went to the Koch Chemie launch event in Atlanta. That's where I filmed that intro, by the way. And I learned so much from so many people, including a Flex rep. Here's what I learned. A 1-inch backing plate, a 3-inch backing plate, a 3mm throw, a 12mm throw, how to use it all. Because the reality is, if you're like me, you buy the hot new item, you're too, well, proud to read the instructions, and then you get frustrated. I'm gonna make it easy for you guys. This is what YouTube's all about, right? You watch a YouTube video, you become an expert. The Flex PXE, the PXE80.
At the Koch Chemie launch event in Atlanta, I saw this guy with a Flex vest on. He told me he was with Flex North America, and being me, the first thing I told him, well, I said that I hated my cordless polisher, the PXE80. I told him the torque didn't feel right, I didn't really like the 1-inch rotary, that I felt like I spent a lot and liked it just a little.
This tool is the most versatile tool out on the market. There's so many different ways of setting it up for whatever application you need it for.
In my shop, we've got the Rupes 75E. It's a corded polisher with a 3-inch backing plate. Pretty much love this thing. But sometimes we have two guys who need 3-inch pads working at once, and so hearing about all this hype, I joined the crowd, I folded into the masses, and spent about $350 on the whole set. The Flex PXE80 12-EC cordless mini polisher set. This was back in June.
What we have here is the 1-inch rotary, and I think it's really cool to show you how it physically fits in there, and it just clicks right into place. And the bottom line is, this does not have to be in any specific spot. The patented design that we have, it automatically self-seats itself. The tool comes with two different throws. You have a 12mm throw, which is standard for the 3-inch pad. It's great for polishing. And you have a 3mm throw. I'm sorry, 12mm throw, 3mm throw. But this weight is the difference. This 3mm throw is typically used for sanding. If you have the 3mm throw with the 3-inch pad and you're trying to polish, it's going to stall on the paint for you because it's really not designed for that.
Now, I told Chris I wasn't loving the torque. Something about not enough pad rotation at speed 3, maybe too violent on speed 4. But his theory is that I might have been trying to polish with the right 3-inch plate, but the wrong throw, perhaps the 3mm throw instead of the 12.
12mm throw with a 3-inch pad, that's really what's designed for the polishing aspect of this tool.
Chris actually told me I'm just about the only person he's had complain about the PXE80.
We really haven't had any issues at all.
And so before I unlock a few secrets for you, here's a little bit about how folks are using this in the field.
You know, at this event there was 75 or 100 people here, and multiple people had this unit. And every single one of those people told me a different way that they use it in their shop. Headlight restoration, everything, doing your columns, doing the tight areas around the license plates. Just, there's so many areas on the car or on a boat or RV. I think you mentioned RVs. You know, you like the possibilities of it being cordless and being able to take it up on top, you know, without having that cord dragging around.
But I told Chris the reason I bought this machine instead of the Rupes Hybrid Nano, whatever it's called, was that I wanted a 1-inch plate and foam to really polish tight spots on a car that I couldn't reach with my Rupes 75E.
There are two different 1-inch backing plates that come with it. You've got a sticky one, which is for your sticky sandpaper, or you have a Velcro 1-inch as well.
But I was finding that with a 1-inch pad on the rotary setting, all I'm getting is holograms, which doesn't really do me any good.
We can take that 1-inch polishing pad and put it on the 12mm throw. So just by unscrewing this, and you're not going to be doing this in your shop, undoing a lot of these. Once you have your process down, that's when you're really gonna understand it. But I'm able to take that 1-inch pad, put it on that 12mm, and if you can see in the camera, you can see that rotation.
All of a sudden, I have my 1-inch pad, my dual action assassin, and I don't need a cord.
Okay, a little time and space warp here back in the shop. Wanted to show you just exactly how we can use this. Now, on this silver vehicle, it's really hard to see the scratches. We picked quite the doozy for a demo, but I'm gonna get up real close and you can see that scratch. And so sometimes you're gonna wanna just go for a fine polish, but other times you're gonna wanna go for a nice compound. Now, on a 3-inch, look at this, okay? You can do it. I've done it many times before. You kind of edge in there, you grind. You're gonna stain up some trim, you're gonna get splatter everywhere. And so that's why this machine can work so well. So I'm just gonna show you real quick. There's enough power in this beast to do a pretty good job. I'm just gonna put one little dollop. So you don't have to overthink this part. You just, one little dollop of product on your polisher. And then one thing we also didn't talk about are the speed settings. There are 4 little hashtags here. As they light up, you'll see different speed settings. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm definitely going to compound on speed 4, 12 millimeter throw, 1-inch pad. Let's do the thing. Couple of quick tips. You're gonna clean out these small pads all the time. They gunk up extremely quickly, but I'm looking at these results, which it's really hard to see on the camera. I've probably got 80% results, and so that's any compound. Sometimes you get the whole scratch, sometimes you don't. Not gonna wet sand it. And I know it's not black paint, I know you can't see it, but on speed 4, that really grinds in there. So now I'm gonna show you how I polish it if sometimes you just wanna get into these nooks and crannies and just give it a quick polish. Sticking with the Koch Chemie system, I'm gonna use their M3 polish, but I wanna show you how easy it is, right? You've got your microfiber pad in a 1-inch. You could have used like a really firm foam. I'm using Lake Country Force pads just because with the 1-inch, I'm not sure if Koch makes them, I don't know. But we've got a firm orange foam, and that could be your one step, right? If you're just not so worried about every little scratch, you just want to gloss up little sections. You've got your firm pad, and then you've got your fine polishing pad. So I could go for the firm pad. Why not? I'll go for the fine polishing pad. It's super easy, super glossy. Stick that on there just like so. And again, we're just gonna go for one tiny little dollop. Give the polish a good shake. I've got my dollop of product there. I could spread it around with my finger, or I could do one of these on the half speed here. Okay? Don't judge my polishing technique. I'm just showing you how easy it is now to polish it to an awesome gloss. Now for a quick little wipe off. Oh, it wipes off so beautiful. So smooth and easy. The scratch is gone. And the paint looks essentially perfect. Okay, I really want to talk about this battery charger before we get back to Atlanta. You put the battery on here, right? You take it off. The kit comes with 2 batteries. So you're charging one, you're using the other one, and it is a high-speed charger. When you look down at here, it gives you the time that's left until it's fully charged. It says Li-ion, I assume that means lithium-ion batteries. I just went from 20 to 19, so it continues to drop down. And in the real world, by the time you get back to this, I have never had to swap out a dead battery and not had a fully charged battery. One other thing that I do want to show you, when you're in the field, you press this button, and it tells you how much power you have. So you see those 4 green bars? That means you have full battery. Very cool. The battery thing is amazing, especially with the cordless polisher. But let's get back to Atlanta. Let's get back to Chris. He's going to show us kind of start to finish how to make the most out of polishing in the real world on a hood with your 3-inch plate.
With your thumb here, you're able to move that product around. So it'll go nice and slow. And I've had some people that have been like, man, that thing just doesn't turn fast. And it all comes down to this switch. The way to get it into an active mode is it has a little safety on it. This is called a rocker switch. And basically, you push your thumb here, and you slide your thumb forward, and then you lock it. So once again, and then you click it to turn it off. But once again, safety here, slide your thumb forward and lock it. That gets it in the active position, then you're able to change your speed.
How do I want to spread it? What speed would you recommend I spread it on?
So that's a built-in feature, is like how you're taking your thumb and you're just pushing it forward. That's a built-in feature specific for moving your product around.
So this wasn't by accident. The halfy here on speed, actually it doesn't matter what speed you're on, does it?
No. Yeah, it goes to what we call as spreading your product. Then I'm going to come back and put it into an active position. adjust that speed very easily.
What do people like about certain speed settings based on feedback that you've received? Like what are people typically going to be polishing on? Like what speed would you say?
I mean, honestly, I think the 1 inch rotary, you're probably going to use on speed 1. The slow speed, you know, you're not too fast so you can burn the paint. When you're actually polishing with a polishing pad and product, I mean, I'm going to typically be on speed 3 and speed 4.
What about if I decide that I want to be one of those crazy guys who takes a 3-inch sanding disc with this, with the 3mm orbit? What speed should I sand on typically?
So I think typically you're going to sand on a lower speed. You know, you just got to be careful when you have the sandpaper on there, not going too fast and rushing yourself.
So just for fun, you see some of these deeper scratches here on this test hood. I don't know if Red and Red from Koch Chemie, which I love, their H9 compound and their red foam, I don't know if it's going to get it or not. I'm going to set this light down for just a second. I don't know what's going to happen, but I do know that I love this system, and I'm here to learn how to get the most out of this Flex machine. So their red foam is a pretty firm foam, and I've actually seen them tell you how to apply this on a 5-inch or 6-inch, and they don't use much product. I'm guessing that's probably more than they even recommend. And then they say to spread it with a butter knife, which I don't have, so I'll use my fingers here. And they just crank it on speed 6. So I do want to spread it on the half trigger method here. Oop. So the half trigger method, just like this, right? Am I doing it right?
Doing a great job.
Doing a great
Moving
job.
that product around.
Wow, I can hear the boulders in there. Like I can hear the abrasives. Like it's not just a dry pad, I can hear it. So moving the product around, they say just go speed 6 and move very slow. So we'll go to speed 4. That was too much product, I'm slinging. You don't really need a lot of their product on a pad. I'm kind of hammering down and the pad still rotates. Trying to find those scratches. Oop. I guess that's a body shop hood, right? It's giving a little bit. Yeah, those are deep. I'm putting a lot of pressure on it though, and it's not stalling. That's just the body shop hood giving way, or the test hood. Okay, first of all, if you haven't tried Koch Chemie, I've used their Red and Red before. It almost finishes down like a 1-step. I'm gonna make sure there's no product on this towel. That is so glossy for a compound and a red pad. I mean, isn't that like a 1-step? We didn't get the deep stuff. The deep stuff would need to be sanded, I think, but look at that gloss. Anyway, I don't know what happened with my machine at home, but this did not stall out. I pushed really hard. It kept spinning. I feel like I have been converted, and I now know best practices. I'm looking forward to trying the 3mm throw with some sandpaper. And I'm pretty excited that I bought this tool. Let me know. Do you guys use it? Do you think that this is worth the money? What do you have that you put 3-inch pads on? And where are you watching from? Let me know. Bulgaria, Turkey, Idaho, Atlanta. As always, Nick from Hawk Pro Detailing, where my goal is to make you a better detailer.